What's good, YouTube? Masex back with another video, and as you see in the title, we're going to be looking at the edge rushers. Every NFL team is always looking for that new upside edge rusher that can dominate a game, sometimes even single-handedly. Next to the quarterback, next to the left tackle, and you can debate with the left tackle, edge rusher is one of the highest valued positions in the NFL, and it's a position itself that you can never have enough of. Just like when you think of basketball, you can never have enough 3-and-D wings on your team. When you can disrupt the whole flow of the passing game, your chances of winning that game grow incrementally. So that's what we're going to be looking at. I got 8 guys for you, and I'm actually going to rank them. And of course, if you're new, definitely hit the like and subscribe button. I'm appreciative of all support, especially if you like the video, if you're a football fan. I assume you are. You clicked on the video. My OGs, those continuing to support, you already know. I appreciate y'all holding it down for me. I've done enough talking now. Let's look at these edge rushers. I got about 8 for y'all, and we're going to go ahead and take a look at them now. So without further ado, let's get to it. All right, my 8th ranked edge rusher to this point is Romelo out of Texas Tech. Redshirt senior, listed at 6'3", 240 pounds. Romelo, one of the older prospects in this class. He's a well-traveled veteran who's taken snaps, honestly, at multiple Power 5 programs. Brings a wealth of experience and maturity to the edge rush position. He plays like a guy that's been in college football for 5 years. He's a natural mover. He also has solid bend. He's got good length. Like I said, he's around 6'3", 6'4", 235, anywhere to 242, 243. And Romelo thrives in space. He can also drop in shallow coverage zones, and that gives coordinators flexibility, especially if you're looking at sub packages at the next level. His biggest asset, in my opinion, is adaptability. I think he's seen nearly every blocking scheme, and he shows a good understanding at leverage angles as well. Height isn't an elite athlete, but he is efficient, he's disciplined, and he's technically sound. Now, he does need to be more consistent. I would like his pressure rate to improve according to Pro Football Focus. He reminds me of Okoronkwo, and I think that's a good ceiling projection for Romelo Height. All right, moving up to number 7, we got Cassius Howell out of Texas A&M. He's a true senior, listed at 6'2", 248 pounds. Now, Howell honestly has dropped a little bit. There's just other guys when I'm just projecting at the next level that I really like. It's not a knock on Howell, but there's just other edge rushers that you're getting ready to see now that after another month or so of evaluation, I just have higher. But after transferring from Bowling Green, Cassius Howell quickly has proved his production, and he's translated that skill set to the SEC very seamlessly. Now, the first thing that jumps off is his relentless energy and his violent hand. He showcases strong get-off, and he has the ability to convert speed to power. Like I mentioned, he's around 250 pounds. He projects as a hybrid edge who can stand up in 3-4 play or play with his hand in the dirt. But Howell's motor is non-stop. He chases plays backside and consistently wins on effort reps. I think scouts love his knack for finding the football and finishing plays. If you read any scouting report, I think motor, energy, relentlessness, those all will be in the description. Now, pad level versus NFL tackles will need to be improved if he wants to make an impact. And then also edge setting, discipline can sometimes get lost, be undisciplined in his gap. But overall, Cassius Howell. All right, at number 6, we got LT Overton out of Alabama. Overton's a true senior, listed at 6'4", 275 pounds, and Overton's one of the more highly touted guys coming out of high school. He was a 5-star recruit, and honestly, LT Overton has developed into one of the SEC's most versatile frontline defenders. He brings a combination of unique size, power, quickness, and that allows Alabama to move him up and down the defensive line. Very versatile guy, and you can play him at pretty much any position on the line. Now, he's most efficient. He thrives best at the 5-tech and base formations, but he can also kick inside on passing downs and sub packages. His hands are heavy, plays with excellent lower body strip, and you see that when he collapsed the pocket. He's also a technician in the run game. He sets the edge with leverages, and he also does very well at disengaging with the violent hand usage. Rarely gets blown off the ball. As a pass rusher, his first step is pretty strong for his size, and he wins with power to speed conversions. Now, I do want to see more flexibility around the arc, not as bendy as your generational edge rusher, but he's an underrated guy. He's a dark horse. He's actually one of my favorite edge rushers in this class, but for right now, I got to put him at number 6. All right, we're now in the top 5, and at number 5 we got Keldric Faulk out of Auburn, listed at 6'6", 285 pounds. Keldric Faulk is one of the most physically imposing defenders in the SEC, honestly, in the nation. Faulk wins with pure power and length. He bullies tight ends and tackles at the point of the attack. And for a big guy, he definitely has a good motor. His closing burst is very surprising for his size. And when you look at him on film, the Auburn staff uses him as both a base defensive end and as a 3-4 end. And he's shown steady growth each season. And I feel like this guy has untapped potential, one of the highest ceilings in this class. For example, if he refines his hand usage, his pad level, it would look very scary for offensive tackles in the future. Now, if he continues to get better and develop throughout this 2025 season, I can honestly see Keldric Faulk in the first round as a day one pick because of his elite length, his strength, and he's excellent in run defense as well. Now, he's a taller guy, pad level definitely isn't consistent. My NFL comp for him is Trayvon Walker. All right, at number 4, we got Matayo Uiagalelei out of Oregon, listed at 6'5", 270 pounds. He's a true junior, and if his name sounds familiar, he is the younger brother of former Clemson and Florida State quarterback DJ Uiagalelei. And Matayo has steadily become one of the most complete young edge rushers in college football. Former 5-star recruit, just like his older brother, 6'5", 270. He has rare length and twitch. Oregon uses him in multiple fronts, standing edge, hand down, defensive end, and on obvious passing downs, there's many times he's playing inside in pass rush sub packages. Very explosive off the snap, and he has a heavy punch, flashes power, and plays a lot more experienced than what he is. One of the younger guys in this class, as I mentioned, he's a true junior. His hand repertoire expands, to evolve. His pressure rate is continuing to increase according to Pro Football Focus. Plays run defense very well. Another high ceiling underclassman. He reminds me of Cameron Jordan. If he continues to develop and make an impact for a very good Oregon team, I honestly can see his ceiling in the top 15. All right, it's top 3 time, and at number 3, I got Dennis-Sutton out of Penn State. True senior, one of the most explosive defenders in the Big Ten. As an IU guy, I've seen Dennis-Sutton the last few seasons now, and to me, he's the prototype for an NFL defensive end. He's 6'5", 265 pounds with long arms, twitchy frame, and he can beat you in a multitude of ways. He's got speed to power. He's got rip moves. I've seen him hand swipe consistently. He's equally stout against the run. Using strong leverages, he controls blocks, and he does an excellent job maintaining gap integrity. But I think that his film shows an NFL-ready player. I think he's a day one pick. I've read news articles. Staff raves about his motor, his leadership. He's very consistent. He's got sacks, pressures, a lot of forced rollouts according to Pro Football Focus. His film shows consistent disruption, whether that's sacks, pressures, forced rollouts. Needs better counter moves when his initial rush stalls, but burst length, power, and pro-ready NFL frame, I mean, that's a day one pick in my opinion. Reminds me of Jermaine Johnson II. All right, at number 2, we got TJ Parker out of Clemson. TJ Parker's a true junior, a breakout star for Clemson last year, combines polished technique with high energy play. He's listed at 6'3", about 255 pounds is what he's listed at, and he consistently wins with get off and his refined hand usage. Parker sets a strong edge, he uses leverage as well, rarely washed in the run game. His motor, and I love when your most talented players also have some of the best energy and motor, and I just think that that's a great example. I think you'll often see him chase plays 20 yards downfield even, like he never gives up. His tape shows maturity and he is disciplined beyond his years. Now he's going to have to add a little bit more functional strength versus NFL caliber tackles, but he's an underclassman. I truly expect him to continue to get bigger and stronger. He looks NFL ready size right now, and I think his ceiling is a top 10 pick. And he reminds me of Brian Burns. Less bend, but he has a lot more power. Scary combination. All right, and that leaves my number 1 edge rusher in the entire class, and that's none other than Rueben Bain Jr. out of Miami. Bain Jr. is a true junior, and you've seen him in a few of my most recent videos. He's one of the most dominant young edge rushers in the entire country, listed at about 6'2", 270 pounds. He wins with elite leverage, he's got violent hands, and non-stop effort, which is a nasty combination. Miami lines him up across the front. He looks most comfortable rushing from the 3-tech, 4-eye, or outside the tackle. And regardless of where he's at, I mean, honestly, he's a nightmare for all offensive linemen. Obviously, in this video, I see him thriving the greatest as an edge rusher, but honestly, I've seen him dominate inside as well. Scouts love his motor. He's a finisher when he gets his hands on you, never lets a sack or a tackle slip away, very disciplined, and even as a true junior, he plays with really good football IQ. Now, the durability concerns, his true sophomore year last year didn't look the same after an explosive true freshman year. You could tell he was coming back from an injury, but he's definitely rose his stock back up, and he might be the #1 pick. His NFL comp for me, and I had to think about this a little bit because I do see him making an impact pretty early, but he reminds me of Hassan Reddick. All right, there you have it. These are my top 8 edge rushers so far at this point early on into the season. Let me know what you guys think. Who's too high? Who's too low? Definitely want to hear your opinions in the comment section below. If you made it this far in the video, deeply appreciate it. And of course, if you haven't already, definitely like and subscribe to the video. Be on the lookout for the next position coming up here. And other than that, I'll see y'all in the next video.